By 1978, California was no longer a place of unlocked doors and carefree nights. The East Area Rapist was evolving. He was no longer just a shadow. He was a storm ripping through suburbia, leaving fear, destruction, and broken lives behind. And now, law enforcement was beginning to realize this was no ordinary criminal. By early 1978, the East Area Rapist had committed more than 30 confirmed attacks across Sacramento and its neighboring cities. Each assault was brutal, calculated, and terrifyingly efficient. He stalked his victims for days, even weeks. Neighbors would later recall seeing unfamiliar cars parked for hours, or hearing odd noises at night. But no one realized they were being watched by a man capable of unimaginable cruelty. Victims described a masked intruder, slender but strong, who spoke through clenched teeth, often giving cold, cruel commands. He had intricate knowledge of the homes he invaded, knowing where the phones were, where the weapons might be hidden, even the names of family pets. Fear spread like wildfire. Self-defense classes were filled overnight. Hardware stores ran out of locks and window alarms. Local news ran nightly warnings. The community was gripped by terror. Despite his cunning, the East Area Rapist had patterns, small clues hidden within his reign of terror. He preferred single-story homes, often corner lots. He frequently struck during weekends. He selected homes near open spaces, parks, canals, fields, providing an easy escape route. He used ligatures from inside the home, shoelaces, belts, curtain cords, to tie his victims. He often forced husbands or boyfriends to lie face down at gunpoint, stacking plates on their backs, threatening to kill the woman if he heard the plates rattle. It was not just physical control he craved. It was psychological domination. Until early 1978, the East Area Rapist was known for assault, not murder. But that would change on a cold February night. Brian and Katie Maggiore were walking their dog in Rancho Cordova when they likely encountered the rapist, possibly in the middle of a prowling session. Something spooked him. A confrontation occurred. Shots rang out into the night. Both Brian and Katie were gunned down, execution style. The entire city was rocked. The predator was escalating from sexual violence to cold-blooded murder. Now, he wasn't just California's problem, he was America's nightmare. Despite hundreds of interviews, tips, and community meetings, law enforcement couldn't catch him. In mid-1979, the attacks in Northern California suddenly stopped. For a brief moment, California dared to hope that the nightmare was over. But 400 miles south, in the wealthy suburbs of Southern California, a new reign of terror was about to begin. At first, no one connected the dots. Newspapers reported strange murders. Couples found bludgeoned to death in their homes. Neighbors spoke of missing dogs, strange prowlers, distant screams in the night. The local authorities called this new attacker the Night Stalker. Years later, he would be renamed the original Night Stalker, to distinguish him from Richard Ramirez. It would take decades before investigators realized the East Area Rapist and the original Night Stalker were the same man. The cases went cold, detectives retired, families buried loved ones without answers, and the killer vanished. In the late 80s and 90s, the Golden State Killer faded into urban legend, a cautionary tale whispered among police departments, a ghost no one could catch. But deep inside dusty evidence boxes, one silent witness remained: the killer's DNA. In 1998, a breakthrough came. New forensic technologies allowed investigators to link multiple crime scenes through DNA analysis. They confirmed what some detectives had suspected for years. The East Area Rapist and the original Night Stalker were the same man. It wasn't just rape, it wasn't just murder. It was a reign of terror spanning over a decade, covering the entire state of California. The FBI opened one of the largest serial offender investigations in American history. But there was one massive problem. They still had no name to attach to the DNA. For nearly 20 years that DNA sat, waiting. Waiting for technology to catch up. Waiting for justice to finally break through the silence.